Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have my NFL preseason player props and best bets for Friday, August 8th, 2025. So I have some really good picks for you today. Absolutely excited. Four player props and one best bet that I absolutely love. The preseason is a good opportunity to make money. Don't let anyone tell you different. It's similar to the NBA Summer League. And those of you that were rocking with me during the NBA Summer League know how profitable that was for all of us. If you're new to the prop market, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that like button in the comment section. I love all those three things. They're all free to use. But if you're not already subscribed, get on it, man, because I will have free content throughout the college football season and the NFL football season. I will be your tour guide. I don't believe in charging for picks. Some people do. I don't. Um, I'm not sure if I ever will believe in that. I'm guessing no. So I'm gonna try to make these picks as free as possible. As I said, I also don't have a lot of subscriptions. I don't have a bunch of ads. It's just straight to the point. I'm giving you the information. You can keep what you like, leave what you don't, as I always say at the end of my shows. But I do bet on every single pick I make on the show. So I definitely put my money where my mouth is. I'm not the type of person who's going to give you a pick and then not follow it up and bet. So I am just as invested as you are with these picks. So if you're rocking with me, and you appreciate the picks. Like I said, leave a comment. I do appreciate that. We're starting with the preseason, week one. Absolutely love the slate here. Um, Preseason is what it is. You're gonna have to find other ways to make your picks. You can't just base it on, stats or EV picks. And a lot of people struggle when they can't just look at a number and figure out what the score is. But here you got to do some reading, you got to do some digging, you got to do some critical thinking, and I think I'm good at all three of those things. So let's go ahead and get to it. First pick I have Shador Sanders of the Browns. Shador Sanders, some important facts about him. Will start and play at least 2 quarters. I believe he'll play maybe even more than that with no Gabriel, no Pickett, and no Flacco. The only other player they have is Huntley, and he just was signed less than 2 weeks ago. So I don't know how much grasp of the offense he has. So I see no reason why they don't let Shador play maybe into the third quarter. He should get a lot of reps in this game. Good reports out of camp that he's, doing really well, throwing the football well. The receivers are catching the ball, the energy is good. There is some, conflicting things saying the Browns are here to sabotage him. This could be a sabotage game, that they don't want him to do well. I'm not sure if that's true because I think anytime someone is on your roster, whether you want to keep them or not, it benefits you for them to do well. If they don't want Shedeur Sanders and he does well, well, that's a good chance for them to trade him. He becomes trade bait at that point. Um, so that's a good opportunity. So I don't buy into any of that. The Panthers, okay, the Panthers won't play their starting defense past the first quarter. So he'll be going against second string and third string guys, and that's why this next important fact is important. Average 318 passing yards per game in college. Some people say, well, that was college. This is the pros, but is it? Is it really the pros? Because he's not going to play against the starters probably past the first quarter, or even if that. So he's going to be playing a lot of guys he played in college. And maybe guys that he even that didn't even play at his level in college. So I see some opportunities here for him to go over some busted coverages. You're playing that many snaps. It's not requiring a lot. 318 passing yards a game, over 12,498 yards in his career. So he can throw the football, high usage, looking good in practice, numbers way too low. Give me over 120.5 passing yards for Shador Sanders. Next pick is Hendon Hooker of the Lions. We picked him last week and he absolutely hurt us. But here's some important facts. We'll play at least 2 quarters, possibly into the third quarter. He only threw the ball 6 times last game, and that's not, even indicative of anything. So I watched that. It was a bad pick. it was a good read, but he didn't play. So that's why I'm coming back with this again. The motivation has to be there to also play better. He even spoke on that. His coach talked about letting it loose and letting him play. So everybody's saying the right things before this game that he should have a lot of opportunities. The Falcons also are not going to play any of their starters, offense or defense. So he'll be going against the second string from the jump, possibly maybe get into the third string playing. They only are planning on playing two quarterbacks, so he should get a boatload of the minutes I'm sorry, snaps. I absolutely love him here. Average 100 yards passing in last year's preseason. So it's not that this guy is not a good passer and hasn't shown it. Last year he had over 100 yards passing. He just needs the opportunity, and I think he's gonna get it. Give me over 91.5 passing yards for Hendon Hooker. Next guy I'm going with is Easton Stick. Okay, North Dakota product. Stick important facts. He'll have high usage with Penix and Cousins both not playing. So you got some guys not playing, which is going to help him over 100 yards passing in the last three preseason games. So, he's another guy that has shown out in the preseason. He has that experience playing. Only should be him and Emory Jones going. So I see two quarters at least, maybe a little bit more, but I see him having two quarters, and I think that's enough for him to get over this opportunity. He's also competing for a job. It's not like he has his third job open. I mean, starting already. Emory Jones is competing for this job, so it's not locked up for Ethan Stick. So anytime someone's competing for the job, you get their best. Also, the Lions defense looked absolutely horrible in the Hall of Fame game. You can't fix that in 5 days, however many days they were allowed. Give me the over 91.5 passing yards for Easton Stick. Last guy right here is Nick Nash. We'll have high usage as the Falcons don't have a notable receiver playing. So there's not a lot of receivers on the Falcons squad outside the starters. Drake London won't play. None of the starters, Pitts, none of these guys will actually play. So it's going to be a lot of opportunity, but he does have two quarterbacks that are competing for positions. So that's a good setup right there. Led college football in every major receiving category in 2024. Now, here's a guy that went undrafted despite leading the country in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdown catches. He had more touchdown catches, more receiving yards, and more receptions than Travis Hunter. This guy can actually play. And the fact that he went undrafted, it might have been the 40 times, it may have been some of the measurables, but guys like this perform. Um, you get a guy like this that's undrafted, he's going to be motivated. Catching a football is not going to be hard for him. He's already shown that he's done it. The number we're getting him at is an absolute steal. You get these in the preseason sometimes. Give me the over 15.5 receiving yards for Nick Nash. Now for our best bet, we got the Lions versus the Falcons. And man, do I love this pick right here. Sure I do. Over 33.5 for the Lions versus the Falcons. I talked about the Lions defense not being good. Their offense is going to have to be a lot better as they're going to open it up a little more continuity, letting Hooker play longer. I think he gets at least 14 on the board while he's in the game. Then you got Easton Stick, who should be able to tear apart this Detroit Lions defense. And then Emory Jones coming at the end. He's a mobile quarterback. I believe he's good for at least two or three scores as well. This game should be over its total. Played, indoors. Shouldn't be no issues with weather at this time of the year anyway. Look for a fast-paced game. Look for Detroit, like I said, to open it up more. I like this over. It started at 35.5. I didn't like it there. But at 33.5, it is a steal. Give me the over 33.5 for the Lions versus the Falcons. And here we go. Right there is the NFL season, NFL preseason picks for the 7th, which you're actually getting the video on the 7th. It is the 7th when I'm recording it. This show is for the 8th. So this is Thursday's picks right up there. You can hit that hyperlink and it'll show up. Also, you can go to my channel and check out the show. So I do have a show for Thursday. It's already posted. I'm going to get a day before, just to kind of get ahead of things. These lines are like I said, just like the summer league, some lines are here and then they're gone. Yesterday's price is not today's price for sure in this market. But hit the comment section. I appreciate it. Let me know if you appreciate these NFL preseason picks. I know my usual subscribers hit me up, hit me up. Like, I want to see some comments. Let me know you appreciate them. Also hit the like button as well, if you enjoy the NFL preseason show, because I really put a lot of work into this. And of course, the subscribe button is something you must smash. We are over 1,000 subscribers, but we can't stop now. Continue to help me grow. We also are over 300 subscribers in the last 30 days. But once again, do not stop. Let's keep going. Let's keep pushing it to that next level. I want to thank all of you for everything you've already done for me. And like I say, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.